Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Being Trans. My name is Amanda Bonanza, and adjacent to me is the ever illustrious Lilith Electra. Hello, Lilith.
That was my illustrious face.
That was illustrious. It was very illustrious, and that's why you've got legendary status among the people.
The people. I've always wanted to have the people who refer to me referred to as the people, and I'm glad that the people are out there who find me illustrious. I don't know. The sentence made sense, and then I started to try to verbalize it, and then the sentence didn't make sense. Anyway, I'm glad the people are out there. I'm glad I have the people. That was probably the best way to say it. I'm glad.
I didn't get the chats up.
Speaking of people, this week, big news in the people who hate trans people department. I mean, just insane. It's just insane. And Amanda, I want you to center yourself.
I'm trying to get the chats up because I forgot. And then I got
we've only been sitting here for half an hour.
I know, and I didn't do any of the things I was supposed to do. I just thumbs up.
I have the chats open before I even entered the Zoom room. But either way, so just prepare yourself. The big news this week in People Who Hate Trans People is Nancy Mace, who famously hates trans people, apparently went on record with the fact that she has no friends.
It's not that she has zero friends.
She has zero friends, and you're like, how could you? It's like, yes, Nancy Mace, who shook a person's hand at an event, and then when they found out that person was a trans advocate, said that person tried to break their hand while shaking it. Nancy Mace, who followed a cis woman into the Capitol bathroom and then had the police called on her because she was convinced that that woman was trans. That Nancy Mace doesn't have any. Now she tried to frame it. She tried to frame it in a way like there's this cabal of elites.
Yeah,
and she's not part of it because they're not friends with her. And it's just like the cabal of elites are not friends. The cabal of elites are just people trying to get evil shit done. And so, Nancy, it's less that they don't like you, which they don't, but also that you're fairly useless. Is 100% useless.
I don't really know who Nancy Mace is. What does she do? Is she a government person?
I always feel like she's a Nancy Grace clone.
Who's Nancy Grace?
Nancy Grace was like a cable news person from like the late 90s who was always, she would have like, if there was like a big murder case, she'd have like the victim's family on and the lawyers and stuff like that. So Nancy Grace was an over-made up person. Then Nancy Mace comes around and like, I wonder if there's like a line of clones and it's like Nancy Brace, Nancy Case, Nancy Jace. And it's just like, that's what it makes me. Nancy Mace is a Republican congresswoman from South Carolina who I think is going to be running for South Carolina.
Goody.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Who's going to be running for governor of South Carolina.
Yeah, I saw that she was going to run for governor. That's gross.
Yeah. So she's doing great work for the people of South Carolina, keeping, cis women out of bathrooms in Washington, D.C. So good for her. But
good job,
in this story, there was one thing that stood out in this story. At the end, Nancy Mace says, "I don't have friends, period. I have a dog." And that leads me to believe that she has a dog and the dog is not her friend.
I would believe that the dog doesn't like her very much. Like, that's a believable thing.
You've met my cat. My cat is as hateful as I am, but my cat and I consider each other friends.
That's a bold statement.
We consider each other friends. I would not say that my cat is not my friend.
I would not say that either.
If I go out, I come back, that cat's at the door waiting for me, which leads me also to believe that Nancy Mace comes home and, you'd expect like the dog to be at the door, tail wagging, jumping along, you happy to see you. And like Nancy Mace's dog hears the car door close and just kind of looks up out the window. It's like, oh, this bitch is back. Oh,
I'm going to go as far away as I can get, just like elsewhere.
Anyway, I think it's just exciting. I think it's just exciting that awful people don't have friends, and they think it's the people who they think the fault lies with the people who don't want to be their friends,
Right,
when the
that's what
fault
it
really lies in
is.
the fact that they're awful.
Well, I think it's wild that someone could like run for a political office and not have any friends. Like that's a fucked up
I mean,
situation. Like
Donald
when
Trump
it's
is the
this,
president twice and he
I
doesn't have any
know that's
friends.
what I'm saying though. It's clearly a broken system. If like someone that with no people that like them could ever win an election, it's a bad situation. Like I don't
No.
understand how that could work, but it somehow does. And we got a bunch of like just detestable scumbags. Hey,
I mean,
speaking of
this
detestable
is,
scumbags,
oh,
like
yeah?
who else has been in that?
Oh,
MTG's been
MTG,
in the news a lot lately, hasn't she? The
Marjorie
blue-haired
Taylor
leftist
Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
So first of all, let me start with the frustrating thing about this whole thing around her. And it's classic centrist Democrats. She's still an awful person. She still,
Oh yeah.
chased victims of school shootings around claiming they were actors. She's still awful towards trans people, but she also believes that Donald Trump should release the Epstein files. And so suddenly the centrist Democrats who coalesced around Lynn Cheney, and I don't know if you remember Jeff Flake, but like these people who vote with like 99.9% of Trump's agenda, but have this one vocal public disagreement with them, they coalesce around them like they're some sort of fucking hero. Like if Hitler came back today and was just like, I don't like this about Trump, Chuck Schumer be like, oh, hey, this guy, he's on our side. It's like they would embrace that before they would embrace any kind of progressive politician or policy. And so she's going through all this. And now the thing that I just saw today is that she is stepping down and leaving Congress January 5th, which is 2 days after she becomes fully vested in her congressional retirement plan.
Oh wow, that's
so
great.
we're going to be giving her a full retirement, health benefits forever, because she put in the time. Which leads me to my last thing: is I've always said, if that's the case, why don't we just give everyone a shot at being a congressperson for like 5-6 years, and then everyone in the country is vested in the program. We all got health insurance and retirement. Done.
I think that was like the idea. Like that was the idea of like in the original founding fathers thing. It was like, let's get people that do it and let's have a rotating crew. I think that was like kind of the idea. Not, I'm not gonna sit here but it feels, I just felt so dirty just saying the phrase the founding fathers. like how that,
well, it's like
so
George Washington was just like, George Washington's like, I did 2 terms, I'm done. If George Washington was around today, and I mean like not that he was transported here, if he was still alive from that time, he'd be like a 250, 270-year-old corpse holding on to his position in Congress. And he'd have someone wheel him in to like vote no for, he doesn't know what he's voting no for, but he'll be damned if he steps aside for anyone else.
Yeah, I don't know. I
mean, and the founding fathers, you don't have to hold them up as some, but they did found the country. But you could say founding fathers without it being some sort of deified thing like Sam Alito, who's just like the founding fathers.
Well, I just like the whole thing seems kind of gross because of like when you learn, like, so you get taught what you get taught in American school, which is that they were these noble men of like high virtue that wanted freedom and justice and all that. But then when you actually learn about what they actually were, they were just a bunch of fucking slave owning rich fuckers that just didn't want to pay taxes to England.
They just founded all the founding fathers means is they founded the stupid country, and they did found the country. So
that's true.
You could say that without bringing all that other shit. You could say the founding fathers. Let me hold on. You could say the founding fathers without saying the founding fathers. You know?
Well, I learned
a statement of
recently.
Fact. Did you?
I learned something recently about George Washington that I didn't ever think about it and I didn't know about it. And then when I learned it, it wasn't like a super surprise, but it was kind of shocking that I didn't know about it because we all heard that he had wooden teeth, right? That Paul Revere was a dentist and made him as wooden dentures.
I had no
Like,
idea Paul Revere was responsible for that, but
yeah,
okay.
Paul Revere was a dentist that allegedly made his wooden teeth. But I found out that they weren't made of wood and they were in fact made of slaves' teeth.
Why would you bring that?
Yeah.
Why would you bring that up?
Well, because we're talking, that's why when we say the founding fathers, like it makes me feel gross. Like they were gross dudes. They were real gross dudes.
Again, it's
like
just,
they
it's
weren't
just,
good people. Like they weren't.
No, I didn't say they were good people. I'm like, this is the descriptor. You are in a country, they founded that country. That's it. That's all it means.
Just saying, like I feel like we could just do better across the board.
Okay,
here.
all right.
Like,
So how else would you like to refer to those group of people who founded this country in a way that everyone knows who you're talking about?
no, I don't have a solution to this problem, and I hate being that person that brings a problem with no solution, but I don't.
You could just say something like the group of people who founded the country, and then just start listing them all. I am including in this group George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, James Madison, James Monroe, Corbett Henderson.
Corbett Henderson. I don't know that one. Is that a real one?
No, I made that one up. But
it didn't sound right. It didn't sound right to me.
Corbett Henderson.
Corbett Henderson. They were on LA Law.
Norbit from the movie Norbit. That's actually a historical drama.
Never saw the movie Norbit. Was that with Steve Martin?
No, Norbit was with
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Did he play like 6 different characters?
I mean, it's Eddie Murphy, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Of course.
He played every character in the movie.
He played every character. In that movie, he was
just
in
to save on catering costs.
He was in that movie with Steve Martin. He actually played Steve Martin in that movie. People don't know that. Yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard that he played Steve. He actually played Steve Martin in the filming of The Jerk.
Oh, The Jerk is so good. Do yourself a favor.
I did just watch The Jerk recently. It holds up. It is one of the funniest movies ever made.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. And anything else for people, like trans people that are coming to mind? Nancy May sucks, and it doesn't surprise anyone. And Marjorie Taylor Greene sucks.
I haven't heard anything about J.K. Rowling's in a while. Like she's just being gross over there. I know I have a couple friends in the UK, and like they tell me about all the things. But I guess like in the last like 6 months or so, they passed a bunch of anti-trans bullshit, and the problem. So the problem that they have in the UK, this is kind of interesting, is like they've got the 2 parties over there, much like here, where it's like the equivalent of the Republicans is called the Tories, and then the equivalent of the Democrats is called Labor. And so they've got the Tories and the Labor Party. And then, but the problem is the Tories, being conservative pieces of racist shit, like just hate trans people, period. But the problem there is like, so does Labor, because J.K. Rowling pumped like all this money and bought a bunch of Labor politicians, and so now all the people.
Don't say that. Someone over here is going to get an idea. Last thing we need is the Koch brothers backing Democrats because of that shit.
Oh, they already do. Like we know that, but anyway.
I mean, to the extreme that J.K. Rowling is going to like spend her children's inheritance hating trans people.
Well, what I'm saying there is like, so in the UK, there's no recourse. Like they have like both parties hate their guts and are fucking with them, and just like, and so they recently passed like a bunch of really just draconian laws over there in like the last like year. And what's happening though is like the laws they passed are so poorly thought out and so stupid that like they're all that they're all unconstitutional, and like the whole system is falling apart over there.
Like the one that Trump released where it was like, everyone is the sex they are at conception. And it's like, you literally have no idea.
He doesn't know anything. Well, like there's mildly good news here in the States, which is that they did the Department of Homeland Security did officially announce that transgender passports are being accepted now, and like it's not It's just whatever it says is fine, and they're not harassing people for that at customs anymore, according to what they just said. I don't know if that means they're not
now.
going to. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I just don't trust any of it. It's just such a fucking mess over here and everywhere, really. And so like I don't know what's going on like with all the trans haters. I don't know what Kevin Sorbo's doing. I've been tuning out. Like
I guarantee you, Kevin Sorbo is doing nothing.
Yeah. He's
got no big projects coming up. He's not going to be in the Ulysses movie that Christopher Nolan's making. He's not doing anything like that.
Christopher Nolan wouldn't work with Kevin Sorbo. Jesus. No way.
That's why I said he's not doing that.
Yeah,
which sucks because honestly, if Kevin Sorbo wasn't a nut, he'd slide right into that movie.
No, Kevin Sorbo, like as far as I know, Chris Nolan's cool. Like he's super down. He's making another movie with Elliot Page, I guess.
You keep saying stuff like that, and like you didn't hear I said if Kevin Sorbo wasn't a nut, he would fit right into that movie. Just like, well, we just got a big guy with long hair. It's like, yeah, you're on the Troy side.
I don't know anything about a movie. What movie?
We've been talking about this for like a minute now. Christopher Nolan's making a movie on the Odyssey.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything about anything.
And you live in LA. No wonder you're so not connected. Don't you read Variety?
I don't live in LA.
Don't you watch the dailies? Are you not watching your dailies?
I don't watch any. I watch YouTube. And that's all I watch. I don't ever watch anything else. Like I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch TV.
This is what happens when you watch YouTube and you don't get commercials.
Or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't get commercials. It's great. I don't know what's going on, and I love it. Like,
I have HBO. I've been watching.
How's
Oz
the chair
for the
company doing?
The chair company is great. A little division here. I like it, but it's very weird, which is right by my alley. Adam, our Bunny's more like, you can watch that without me.
Oh
no, it is very. I totally accept that because it's weird. But I've been watching.
I watched the first episode.
I've been watching Oz for the first time, which is I think people don't realize. To me, this is the darkest, blackest comedy ever. It is hilarious, and people are like, it's so gritty, it's so real. It is the least realistic prison show ever, and it is hilarious. And I made a joke. There is a trans character in there whose name is Fione Zonioni, and if I had have watched Oz before I transitioned, that would be my name right now for sure. Fiona Zoniomi. And she's a background character. She has like 2 lines. Like her first line is like season 3. She goes, "Oh my God, what are you going to do?" And then you find out like later in the season, they kick a bunch of people out of their ward. And the guy's like, Zonioni. And I'm like, what the fuck kind of name is Zonioni? And it's like Fiona Zonioni. I was like, fuck, what an amazing name. They put all their budget for that show
under that name,
hiring people to pick that name for that trans character. Oh, don't go out of your way to watch it if you don't think you like it. It's like a very dark comedy. It's kind of it could be a tough watch if certain things affect you, but it's never lots
trigger
of people
warning, all that.
Also, everyone's just like, I want to join your group, and like, okay, what do I got to do? You got to kill this person. It's like there's no steps to joining your group. Like I couldn't just do something small. Like I've got to kill. Every episode is like, I want back in. Okay, you got to kill this guy. I'm like, all right, and these guys are always using shivs. They're not even trying to kill people. They're like shivving people and hitting like their stomach. It's like, you got to hit them in the kill spots. Come on. And then so like they spend like half the season.
The spot, right? That's the spot for the shiv. Like it was right here. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
It's like that's one spot. That's the one thing. The one thing I know about shivs is you got to get them in the kidney.
You got to get a part at least that does something. Yeah, you're not missing anything. You haven't watched it. But it's been my life for like a week now, and it is actually I have a very dark sense of humor, so I'm eating it up. I love it. I do have before we get too deep into an Oz thing, I do have some questions if you'd like to answer some questions.
I love questions. I love questions from the community. I love them so much. So I'd love to
I don't
do
think
that.
this. So this isn't really from the community. This is from an Ask Reddit, where people said, someone just said, "Hey, what's a question you've wanted to ask trans people but didn't?" And so I figured we'd go through some of these and
I love
give our
that.
answers.
Yeah, let's address
And
the taboo questions. The
first one is
too hot for Reddit.
The first one is very controversial, and I think is going to kick off a good discussion, especially with the two of us and our background. What's your favorite cheese? Yeah. Oh, this is the rest of the show. If you don't like cheese, you might as well just log off now, because this is going to be the next half hour right here.
I mean, how do you even do that? How do you even answer that? That's not a question you can answer. What's your favorite?
That's girls from Wisconsin what their favorite cheese is.
Yeah, it's like that's like okay, so in order to even approach this question, I have to go on a wide berth of a detour here, because like this is like, as a musician, like this is asking someone what your favorite band is, and the problem is like,
boom,
well, I know we all know what your favorite band is.
My favorite band is not Limp Bizkit. It's not Limp Bizkit.
It's Hoobastank. But anyway, so like, which is my favorite band. But so
I don't
like
think I know any Hoobastank songs.
I don't know any super Hoobastanks.
What's your favorite? Get into your cheese thing. Get into your cheese thing.
Here's the thing: is like when you ask like the problem with like the favorite band question is like there's like the whole thing's like a spectrum, right? And there's like it's like and at a certain point there's like thresholds on both ends, right? There's thresholds at the top where it's like if you're better than this threshold, you're just one of the better bands. Then after that, it's purely a taste issue. And then like same thing on the lower end of the threshold. There's just some shit that's just so bad, they're all the worst band. There's all this stuff in the middle that's like, oh, you can give it or take it. Like, but the thing is like that's the same thing with the cheese question, which is like, okay, there's so many good cheeses that are like legendary that like you can't like choose one. It depends on what you're eating. It depends on how you feel. It depends on the time of day.
Now you're just copping out. Like,
no, I'm gonna get there. Because like, so what? This is the other part of the detour. So that was the first part of the detour, because the rest is what I'm gonna say is I don't know exactly, but there was this place, the best cheese place I've ever been to was here in California, and there's this little town called Solvang, which is just like it's like a little mini like Swiss village kind of thing, where the like German Swiss village, where like they have like all these German Swiss stuff, and like they make schnitzel, and like they have like the little houses that look like they're from Switzerland, and like you go there and they've got this cheese shop that's run by this French lady, and she's like uppity and French as fuck, and like she won't even sell you cheese if you don't like answer her riddles. Like essentially it's like you go in there and you have to pass her like test of like, are you worthy to buy my cheese kind of thing, and then once you are, then she'll like let you have access to all the cheese. But like I mean, I can't say like what my favorite cheese is because it's too many. Like there's I like a sharp, tangy, sometimes spicy cheese is what I like. I like a sharp cheese. How about you?
So, like, I just thought like what stands out, and it was the time we picked up Bunny and I picked up a 15-year aged cheddar. Like super sharp, super. I think for me, a cheese is good when it's got like the little crystals in it. You can feel the crystals,
the cheese, the little cheese crystals. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like with like like little cheese pop rocks.
And I think people really miss out. Like they think cheddar is just the cheddar you get in the store, and it's fine. I love a good cheddar as well. But if you can find like real aged cheddar, and the slice, the what we bought, it was like $8, and it was like the size of a Kraft single. It was that's thin, but it was the best piece of cheese I've ever had. I love a good
I love a good
manchego
sharp
with a
cheddar, like
bottle
a
of
good
wine.
sharp aged cheddar. Yeah.
Yeah. I love brie. I
Love
honestly,
brie.
honestly, if you laid out a plate of cheese in front of me, I would eat it all, and I do not care.
All of the cheese. I
Um,
love all of
I
the
love
cheese.
cheese.
That's the thing is I love every kind of cheese. There's no cheese. And I feel like cheese has no right to be as good as it is. Like it doesn't, it's like based on what it is, like and like how bad it can smell, like it doesn't have any right
It's
to be so good.
it's impossible to pick one. It's like asking Nancy Mace's dog who her favorite member of Congress is. There's just so many options. I couldn't possibly figure out which one I wanted to choose.
We just know who it's not, and that's Nancy Mace.
That yeah, we know that
That's
it
the one
is.
thing. That's what I'm talking about, the threshold. You're certain there's a handful of people that are below the threshold for dogs to like, and it's Nancy Mace.
Oh, there's one other thing. This is the thing people aren't like. Wisconsin knows and Detroit knows, but might not be other people. Brick cheese, and it's a yellow cheese. It's got a good flavor to it. But Detroit, they mix it into their cheese mix on their pizzas, and it gets like a crust on it.
Oh,
really
it's
good.
essential. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like you mentioned brick cheese outside of Wisconsin, people are like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's like
I
I
tried to
get you,
find it
but
out
it's
here in
good.
California, and I asked the guy and like the cheese guy there, and he like
He's like, you want a brick of
disdainfully
cheese?
pointed. He's like, you want the because they had like their fancy cheese section, and
Yeah.
that's what he was in charge of. And I was like, I'm just looking for brick cheese, and he's like, oh, he kind of like over there, and he
Brick
pointed me
cheese is
to
cheese
like
of the people.
the cheap mozzarella cheddar section, like generic stuff, and it was like that's not what I meant, man. Like it's like you
Man,
just don't know what this is, and you're being too much of a cheese snob, and you don't even know fucking brick cheese because you're an asshole.
you don't even know. You don't even
Don't
know.
even
How are
know.
you helping
Don't
me?
even
Don't
know.
even know. Yeah. I've
No,
got
I mean,
Bunny on it. Bunny's going down memory lane with all the cheese and sausage places I took him when we were in Milwaukee.
well, we went to the Mars Cheese Castle, and that was the first time I'd ever been there, and that was great. Like we had so
So
much fun in
Mars
that
Cheese
place.
Castle has changed. I have found like if I ever go back, and I probably won't, like there's like the Mars Cheese Castle has kind of become like the tourist trap. But that's been over like the last whatever
30 years, yeah,
25-30 years,
forever.
because I used to drive that way all the time, and it was just a
That's
small it
because
was
it's
just a
on your
small
way
cheese
to
save.
Great America.
But now it's like quadrupled in size, and every FIB hits it on their way back to Chicago. FIB is
FIB.
fucking Illinois bastard. You don't know
I was
fucking
saying,
Illinois
like I didn't know
bastards?
that one.
Yeah. Next question from the Reddits. Does gender dysphoria go away after transitioning, or is it just reduced?
Ooh. I don't think it
Yeah.
ever goes away fully, and I think the best evidence of that is that cis people get gender dysphoria too. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's a I think I think what happens, and this has been my experience, and I can't speak for everybody, obviously, disclaimer,
But you
disclaimer,
will.
but like, well, and I think what happens, and this is uh, the first few years of starting HRT are hard because you're going through second puberty. And I think once you get past that hump of where like you're through with the puberty part of it, everything starts to calm down and settle in just like it does at the end of first puberty when you like get out of that, and all of that starts to settle down and ease out. You become more comfortable with yourself. You become more comfortable with your new body, the way you feel. But I don't think dysphoria ever fully goes away.
I
I
I
don't I
feel
don't
like
think it
it's
does.
I feel like it's a person by person basis, and I also feel
Yeah.
it depends on what causes your dysphoria. So like if your dysphoria is caused by your genitals, then starting HRT might lessen it, but every time you look down, you're probably going to get a little thing. I would say that my dysphoria isn't as bad as it was, but hey, I found new things to hate about myself. So
Yeah, exactly. You always find something new to
yeah,
hate
yeah,
about
you
yourself.
find it.
Makes you
Yeah.
disappointed. Yeah, especially as
Yeah.
you age, like these things happen. Like, yeah, and but yeah, it's I think my greatest source of dysphoria is and always has been my beard. Like, I know you
Yeah.
can't see it here, but like that's because I have learned to meticulously shave. Like I am meticulous with it. Like I go over it. I shave with two different razors. Like I have a whole setup and like
At the same
I'm
time with one razor in each hand. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just
I
like
don't even know if you've ever seen my process. Like I close the door. I'm ashamed.
yeah. I really don't make it my habit to wander around while people are shaving. Like,
Well,
hey,
it's like I do it and like it sucks and I hate it because it hurts. First of all, shaving your face just fucking hurts. And then it hurts worse when you transition because your skin gets more sensitive. So it even hurts more. And then on top of that, it's like it looks terrible and it's just like oh and it feels gross. Like when I feel it, ugh, ugh. Like and there's
yeah,
things you can do about it. Like you can get electrolysis essentially, and then it goes away forever. But like
yeah.
you have to pay for it. Now I have no damn money.
There's a comment from someone named Emily in the chat who says, literally everyone I've interviewed has said they have it from time to time. It lessens a lot and is totally manageable. Thanks for joining us, Emily. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think it's
And
E Miley. E Miley, like it's
Miley,
like yeah,
Miley, like an
E
electronic Miley Cyrus.
yeah. I don't know who this person could be. It's probably a troll.
Should I kick him? Should I kick him from the?
Let's let's kick this troll.
Uh let's get this troll out of here. Let's get this E Miley out of here. Let me see. This. Let me. There's some dumb ones here. This one I'm going to ask because it's so stupid. And this goes back to all my other times when people talk about why are you doing this because it's just it's healthcare. It's like why do you care so much about your physical appearance when we're all just souls in meat sacks?
Oh,
And it's just like
Jesus
I think you're
Christ.
trying to be like, first of all, there's no such thing as a soul.
Oh,
You're stupid.
fuck.
And
Yeah.
second of all, that'd be like, I don't know why did you get that gangrenous limb cut off? You're just a soul in a meat sack. Why did you get that heart surgery?
Yeah.
You're just a soul in a meat sack.
What a
Why did you
dumb
cure
thing
your
to
kid's
say.
leukemia? He's just a soul in a meat sack.
This life is but dirty rags. Fuck you,
And
Jesus.
I would say if my response would be if we're all just souls in meat sacks, what do you care what I do with my meat sack?
No shit. Like, why do these fucking twats always have to be like, just so overly concerned about what other people are fucking doing? Go fuck yourself. It's like, go mind your own fucking business. You're like, why do you care what you do with your I don't even have a response to this because like everything about that question is like infuriating me at a cellular level. Like my bacteria is upset. Like, like I'm enraged by this person. I just want to
I mean,
smack some sense into him.
you're like walking around with a crucifix around your neck, and really, that dude was just a
Jesus.
soul in a meat sack.
Oh boy, howdy. Boy, howdy.
Here's a good question. How did your relationships change with dudes, bosses, coworkers after you
Got
transitioned?
fired.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, and this isn't meant to disparage you at all, but you definitely come off as the kind of person who I could fire regardless of your gender.
No, I get fired. I can't have jobs like him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, you.
I can't hold jobs. I hate them all. Like, yeah, I'm done with that world. I'm not doing that anymore. Um,
One thing
but
is
no,
funny,
but
like when I came out, and I don't know if we've
yeah.
ever talked about this. Like the first day, like when I came out, I had someone come and do my makeup. I went shopping with a friend and got all dressed up, and then I was on stage. And so like I hosted a big pride event and then I went and did shows that night at the theater I was at. And when I started posting pictures early in the day, like I took my first pictures like around 11 a.m. All the comments were, all the women were like, you look great, you're so amazing. And then all the dudes were commenting like weird shit. Like if they said something nice to me, everyone would think they were gay. It's just like, you just say I look nice. I do look
Yeah.
nice. If you join our
I,
Patreon, you can get to see a picture of me on that day on stage.
yeah, we have to figure out
I'll
stuff to
share
put in
that.
our Patreon too. Like
Yeah.
also like we do have a new thing where you can join and be a member, and I'll talk about more about it tomorrow on church. But like, I have a thing I want to do that. I'll talk about it with Emily. But like, you should just do that anyway. You should just be a member. Be a Come Up Transverse member. Click that join button. Subscribe, like and subscribe, all that stuff. I think the question here at hand, I already remind me what it is here because I'm already in space.
How'd your relationship change with your male friends, teachers, bosses, and stuff?
Male friends relationships largely did change. Not with the closest and best of them. Like, and so, but overall, what I noticed, and this is especially true at the beginning of the transition, like in the early stages when I just came out and I just started HRT and like, before I had physically changed all that much, is I noticed that the women in my life became closer to me and like opened up more and were excited and happy for me, and most of the men in my life got more distanced, like they were like they got a little weirded out by stuff. And it wasn't totally across the board. I had two specific friends that wasn't the case with, and I'm not going to go into who they are or anything like that, but that was not a thing. But like overall, I just definitely noticed a rift there, whereas it made men uncomfortable, and but women seem to embrace it across the board. So like that was my experience, was like yeah.
I will say this. So the theater I was at the time when I came out did a show, and it was like a improv reality show where it was like a bunch of women trying to get a date with one guy, trying to hook up with like a bachelor. And they did 2 seasons worth, and they had their main contestants, and then every episode they would have another woman come on who would, like, one was like a chef and like taught them how to cook for their man and stuff. And they did that 16 episodes and never once asked me to be on it. And then there was another thing where they were doing a huge show that needed like 25 women, and I got asked to do it. And when I added me to Facebook, the thing is, when you add someone to a Facebook conversation, they can see all the old conversations. And so like I was like the 30th person, but 25, 30 people had already been, like, students, like people who've taken like one class had been asked and dropped. And if I'd known that, I wouldn't have done it because it was a stupid idea too. But I would like, oh, well, thank you for asking me. And then seeing like, oh, you're like scraping.
You were beyond an afterthought.
Yeah, I was beyond an afterthought. I was like, we desperately need one more person. And I was like, whatever. And so then I became a hermit, and I
you're living it. You're loving it to this day.
Yeah, I'm sitting here in my undisclosed bunker location, and so yeah, I think the other thing that happened to me was someone else came out. Oh, the day, like, I had been on hormones for a couple months before I told everyone, and I just put it on Facebook. I was like, hey everyone, blah blah blah. People that were important I talked to one-on-one, but for the most part everyone just like found out that way. And someone reached out to me like that day and started talking about their stuff, and they're like, sometimes I want to wear lipstick. I was like, yeah, fine, wear lipstick, like, do what you want. And like 2 weeks later they were on hormones, and I was like, okay, whatever. Then everyone at the theater, every time they get me cornered, like, do you think they're real? Do you think they're telling truth? And I'm just like, is this the conversations you guys had about me when I came out? Like, it really fucking messed with me. Like, but you know what? I've talked to that person and we have a great relationship, but it was just like, people are just weird.
Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, it's a funny thing because like I pre-transition myself, like before I'd even come out or before I told anybody, like it made me nervous. Like all of it was uncomfortable. I had a friend that had transitioned like about a few years before I came out. And I remember when like I tried so hard not to be weird around her, and I couldn't help it. But part of it was because all of my defense mechanisms were just like ringing. And like she came out and then she moved away, and then she came back to visit like a year later, and she looked very different. And it was just it was a hard thing for me to process, and I was just like shocked by it. And like I said, a lot of it was like defense mechanisms, because I wasn't out yet, and I was just like, I don't know how to, I don't know how to, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, there's so many things, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I don't want to be an asshole. But it is for somebody that's not in the community, and that's not had a lot of experience in dealing with trans people, which is most people. Like, I think it is an awkward thing, because you don't want to misstep, but you do have questions about it. And I think that's why, like, even like what we're doing, and what a lot of the shows like this are doing, is affording that chance to like normalize it and make it so, like, hey, you can ask these questions and it is okay. And like, that's that's why we started doing this in the first place, really. And
I thought we started doing this
understand.
because we had a backlog of bad recipes we wanted to share with everyone.
That was later. No, we did it. I mean, I don't even remember. Like, I think we just started doing it because you wanted to. You called me up and told me I was doing it. Like, we're gonna do a show. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
I think that was just how it went, really.
That sounds a little aggressive for me, but okay.
It was kind of like it.
I also did, to kind of close things out here to get us heading towards the end of the show. I also went to Google. And I Googled
I love Google.
what the Googleites are asking. Do trans people? That's where I started.
Do trans people? Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Do trans people exist?
Yes.
I'm gonna say maybe.
Oh shit! Fuck! I fucked up. This is supposed to be rapid fire, right? So it's like, yes, that was like an easy one, I thought. But then you made me second guess myself.
No, I
you're
agree.
right.
Yes,
maybe we don't exist.
Yeah, maybe we don't. I mean, who knows? My arms keep disappearing, so maybe I'm.
I know. It's all wild. It's all crazy.
This one is straight from
meat sacks.
You're just a soul in a meat sack. Why do you care that you lost $1,100 on DraftKings?
Soul in a meat sack.
That's a Tom Waits song, isn't it?
It's not. No, it sounds like it's like a boomer. It's like a boomer rock anthem. Like, it could be like.
This one comes straight from America's educational system. Do trans people live shorter?
Well, okay. In all seriousness, I do know some younger trans women that started estrogen that did actually get shorter. Like, I don't know anyone over 30 that started over 30 that lost any height. I thought I did for a second, but I was wrong about it. I made a mistake. I was like, nope, I'm the same height. I went and checked out with the doctor. But I do know women that had started like in their late teens, early 20s, that actually lost a couple inches in height and actually went down a few shoe sizes. But I don't think that happens very frequently after you hit a certain age. And I think 30 is right around the age where, maybe even 25. Like, if you start past that, I don't think it happens very often. But so some trans women live shorter. Yes.
Live shorter. Here's a similar question in the similar vein. Do trans women live moss?
Well, I'm having a Baja Blast.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Look at these tattoos. Dave Navarro's got me living moss. Trust me. Yeah, live moss, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Now this is kind of vague. It says, do trans people regret surgery? And now we know that most, almost
none,
none, they're gender confirmation surgery. Now, for other surgeries, I assume they regret them at the same rate as everyone else. I assume like a 62-year-old trans man is going to regret that hip surgery as much as a 62-year-old cis man is going to regret it.
I did regret the surgery to have my butt transferred to my mouth and my mouth transferred to my butt, so that I had to eat with my butt and poop with my mouth.
Oh, that's a trumpectomy. Yeah, no, lots of people
That was a
regret
bad surgery. I regretted it. I wish I hadn't done it.
I don't think I've regretted any of the surgeries I've had. I had my
I've never
tonsils
had a
removed. That was
surgery.
brilliant. That was brilliant. I had my I had a deviated septum, had that fixed, loved it.
Yeah.
Got that boob upgrade, love that.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that one too.
Yeah. Had my wisdom teeth removed. Oh my god, can you imagine if you didn't have them removed and like you just had like teeth like pushing out of your mouth like some sort of
I
Lovecraftian
still have
horror?
my wisdom teeth.
Yeah, now mine had to
I
go.
still got three of mine. One I did have removed because it was
Yeah.
infected, and I
Yeah.
had to have it removed. But the other three are still
So
there.
so yeah,
I
gender
never had a
confirmation
surgery
surgery.
ever.
Gender confirmation surgery, they're less likely to regret. Any other surgery, they regret at the same pace as the rest
The
of the
same rate,
population.
yeah.
That seems safe. These are two questions that I feel like were asked by the same person, and I'm going to ask them at the same. First one is, do trans people regret transitioning? And the second question is, do trans people ever regret transitioning? This is definitely someone who's looking for someone to speak before Congress. And like, do trans people
They're
regret
looking for the
transitioning?
one person.
No, they
The one
don't. But
person
do
out
they
of
ever?
every
Like, yeah,
25,000. Yeah.
there's this one person.
There is every now and then you do meet a person that regrets their transition, but it is so infrequent, and it is even less than the amount of people that detransition, which is a very small amount. Most of the people that detransition don't do it because they regret transitioning. They do it because of familial pressure. They do it because their family like disowns them, and they're like, I feel like I did this wrong, or like because of religious pressure, and like they feel like they did something wrong in the eyes of God or something, and so like they do it that way, but they don't actually want to, they just do it out of pressure. And so even of the very 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 very, can't stress this enough, very small percentage of people that detransition, that the percentage of those people that actually did regret it is even lower. And so it's such a small number that it's a medical anomaly that is being studied by like doctors and scientists and biologists, because it's so off the chain, not such a small number that like the next highest thing like is just astronomically higher, and it's something like heart surgery or something like that. I can't remember what the second least regretted thing is. I think it is some sort of life-saving surgery, and
Yeah.
more people regret not dying.
Here's something. Do trans people have to take hormones forever? And I'm going to answer this, and I'm going to say no, because existence continues when you pass on. And after you've passed on, there's no reason for you to continue taking hormones. So you will not be doing
your soul leaves the meat sack is the thing, is what it is. So once your soul leaves, the hormones aren't for your soul, they're for your meat sack. So like once the soul leaves the meat sack, goes floating in, I don't know if it goes up to the firmament at the top of the sky, goes through the window where the water is. I don't know. Whatever you believe, weirdo. Like,
yeah, but your meat sack is done. Your meat sack no longer needs hormones at that point. But yes, for the rest of your life, I believe
rest of your life you gotta take them. Yeah. I'm gonna be taking hormones every day for the rest of my life, and I'm fine with it. And I wouldn't have it any other way, quite frankly. And the bonus side of that is,
I mean, I drink coffee every day for the rest of my life, so who cares?
Yeah, I know. I'm eating food.
One more thing
that I gotta do. It's crazy. I go to the bathroom every day. It's fucking nuts. Like
forever, forever. I have to go to the bathroom.
I have to go to the bathroom. I will say this: like the plus side to taking hormones for the rest of your life is we don't have to go through menopause, and that's fucking sweet. Like, and we just keep getting younger and prettier as we age. It just makes you better and better looking.
I'm turning 55 years old tomorrow, and I feel like I'm old for the first time in my life. I've never felt old, and now I feel like I'm a billion years old.
So good, though.
like a billion
What
years old.
55 looks like when you're trans, yo. You look fucking amazing. Have you
Let
seen
me
what
see.
other people look like at 55?
Yeah, you know, Wilford Brimley was 55 when he did Cocoon.
I thought he was younger than that. I thought he was
No,
45.
he's like the same age as Paul Rudd is now. It's like crazy. This is like when the entire country smokes. Like, just look at 50-year-olds from like the 80s. That's the
It's
damage
super
that is done.
cigarettes. You're absolutely right.
I was like, you couldn't even go into a McDonald's without half the people smoking. And it's just like, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about that, isn't it? What do we got? Do we got any more? Because those are fun ones.
There was one that says, do trans people have different brain structure? I'm going to go on a limb.
Cis
I don't
people?
know. I'm sure they're studying it, like that their brain like is like a trans woman's brain is more similar to a cis woman's brain than a cis man's. I'm sure
They
they're doing
actually
research
did do a study on that, and there's a whole thing on it.
So you do know.
Well, no, I don't know because it's inconclusive. But they did a study on it, and they talked about it. Stanford did a study on it about 10 years ago, like 2010 or something like that. I guess that's 15 years ago. It's been a while.
I'm sorry, I'm a conservative, and 2010 was before trans people existed, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it was less than that. It was a while ago, though. It was a relatively old. Maybe it was 2019. I don't know when it was, but like
Okay.
there there is it is on YouTube. You can watch it because there's a guy that does a lecture about it at it is a biology course where it says like trans people and their brains the way they work, and it's like a six episode lecture. But if you go to like Stanford's YouTube channel, they have a bunch of courses you can watch and just watch the lectures, and that's one of them. And it's up there, and I did watch it, and it's informative. Like they found some patterns, but what they've found with human brains is there isn't like a male and female brain. That's not how brains work. It's more like it's the whole thing is a mosaic, and it's like there's plotches of things everywhere. It's like it's so much more complicated, and it's so much more like in depth and all over the place that you can't pinpoint stuff like that because that's mostly societal constructs anyway. Like when it boils down to it, like the male, even the male and the female anatomy isn't all that different at all. It really just kind of like has some developmental changes early on, and that's about it. But it's all generally the same parts. Like we're just mammals. We're just
Okay.
creatures.
I did add for starting with do trans people. I added why do trans people, and I came up with a real interesting question here. Why do trans people like pickles? And it's like, first of all, pickles are amazing.
Delicious.
You're stupid if you
But
don't like pickles. I don't
but
want to be.
there,
I don't want to
oh,
be
I
that
don't
person.
say that. Don't say that. We love our non pickle enjoying viewers. We don't
But I
understand you.
eyeball you with
Like
suspicion.
we don't understand it, but that's okay.
I look at you
There.
like Nancy Mace's dog looks at her. Like,
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Don't. No, I don't. I disavow. I disavow what Lilith says. That's Lilith does not speak for the transverse, not for me. That's not true. What I will say about this is the thing with trans women and pickles is, which is more of a thing, which is the reason for it is because the drug that we almost uniformly take to lower our testosterone, spironolactone, has a side effect that reduces your body's ability to intake sodium. And so the craving for salt gets more intense. And so you have to kind of eat more salt to get the normal amount that you would. And pickles are salty. And that's really what it is.
I bought a jar of pickles at the store the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a big old pickle sandwich.
Oh, that's right. You can't like get pickles like as easy as you can here.
I mean, they have them. They're like, I had some earlier, and they're not like they're not as crunchy. Like they're the slices. They're a little too thin. They don't have like the crunch to them, but they're still so delicious.
You can't get like a whole pickle. You'll have to make your own. You should start
Maybe.
making your own. Make your own
Maybe.
and sell pickles to the people of your undisclosed country and like introduce them to the wonders of pickles.
Yeah, I just sit outside my apartment gate with a jar with a table with
Why
pickles
not?
on
What
it.
else are you doing?
What else you doing? Hey, I had 2 short stories rejected for publication this week, so I'm doing plenty.
I'm sorry that they rejected,
Oh,
but I'm
no, that's
glad.
all right.
I read
Honestly,
one of your short stories the other day. It was really good.
honestly, I think my thing is my stories are very weird, and I just got to find a weird place to publish them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's working on her story. She's gonna get there. Everybody, help Lilith out. Subscribe to her Substack and read her work and tell all the people that you love it. That's what you're doing.
I just posted a link to this week's Pink Sparrow. Pink Sparrow meets JD Vance, and it definitely worth a read if you like trans superheroes or hate JD Vance.
Did you hear that they just arrested a guy for apparently plotting to kill JD Vance, whose name is also JD Vance?
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
He has done a disservice to JD Vance's everywhere.
And he stole the name.
He's really stolen the name. No, his name's not that.
His name's JD Bowman at best.
It's his preferred name. Yeah, it's his preferred name. Yeah.
Sorry. Unless I have your mom's permission, I can't call you.
It's illegal.
JD
it's
Vance.
illegal to call
Sorry,
him JD
James
Vance.
Bowman. Sorry, James Bowman. Better luck next time.
I know it, James Bowman. Oh no, that's no good.
Oh, no. Now he's gonna try to kill JD.
Oh, now he's oh boy, howdy.
Oh, we opened up a real can of pickles
really
here.
Stepped in it. What are we talking about? Oh, all your stuff that you're doing. Follow her on the Substack. Subscribe to her Substack. Read her stories.
Oh my god! Someone liked a bunch of my stories after last week's show, and it made my heart go flip floop flip floop. So please like them.
That's all you gotta do. Just like them.
Please
just
comment.
Like them.
Comment if you comment. Just say you like it. I'm gonna be real honest with you. The social media does a great job of like burying women and trans people. So if you like what and I'm not begging, but if you're already reading it and you like it, give it a like. Don't give it a like if you don't like it. I don't want fake likes. But man,
if you like all my stuff, find me on Instagram. I'm never gonna be on there. Find me
JD Vance fucking a couch in this week's story. How do you not like that?
I like it. I like it from here. I'm clicking like as we speak.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
I got if you're in Ventura County next week, the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
I am not.
Anyone that might be watching, my band Robin and the Love Letters is playing at Bombay on Saturday night. It's in downtown Ventura. We're going to be opening for Turning Trees, which is a fantastic band that you should check out if you don't know of them. Even if you can't make the show, you should check them out on like the Spotify and the YouTubes and all the music plays. Turning Trees are a great band from Ohio, and they're fantastic. We love playing with them. We're friends with them, and we're going to be opening for them on Saturday the 29th at Bombay in Ventura, and so come check that out. And also, we've got shows. We've got after this, we've got what are we doing after this? Mediocre poker in an hour. Top of the next hour, we'll be playing. I think we're going to be playing Texas Hold'em today. I haven't decided yet for sure, but I'm leaning towards Texas Hold'em. So we'll probably play some Zoom Hold'em. Me and Raina, possibly Anna. I don't know if Anna's committed yet, but definitely me and Raina will be doing that. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, Lilith and I are back on Fallout 4. Church of Vaultech is back, and we are back in Fallout 4. I don't remember. Where did we leave off last week, Lilith? Do you remember?
No, because you keep playing after I left.
Yeah, but where did we leave off? Where you were? Where were you?
Did you beat the Deathclaw with your?
Yeah, we wiped out. Yeah, we wiped out Concord. I think we're just heading south to like deal with get the Diamond City. Basically,
I would say this: we should just tell people to tune in tomorrow and catch up.
Tune in tomorrow and find out what we're doing. We're going to be playing where we've got 100, we've got 10. We're maxed out on charisma and luck, and we've got like strength, and we're like halfway maxed on strength. We're not doing any points in any other thing. We love heavy weapons. We love drugs and smoking, and we love drinking. We got the party girl perk. We're going crazy. We're having a wild time with Claudia Stormfront, Duff McKagan's grunge ex-wife, because he got killed. Dux McKagan's grungy wife, and she is all
you're like giving
charm.
we're giving way too much information here. Just join
Come
us
watch.
tomorrow.
We have a great
Just join
time.
us
Come
tomorrow.
watch. Just join us tomorrow on Church of Baltic. That's going to happen tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific time. So that's I think 1900 UTC. So join us there. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we will see you later.
Bye.